All right, so I'm recording this video. This is very first tutorial I've actually ever made or review or whatever, and want to talk about this gun that I just picked up. So I'm totally new to pellet guns or rifles of any kind. I saw this, I thought it was like kind of cool. I got it from eBay from a reseller. Apparently this was not new. They called this new factory second, so you can see like definitely how I got it. There's like some damage to the box but I guess it's supposed to open. So I've never shot a pellet gun before, never owned a pellet gun myself. So this is like literally first time for both of us. So this is kind of my completely fresh, unbiased review. The packaging is super messed up. I'm assuming this is maybe like an open box return or something. Got a little manual in there. Obviously comes with the gun itself. Here, let me get the mouse out of here. So yeah, this is what we get. So this is try to get so you can see it's Sig Sauer P226 Pellet Pistol. I watched some videos about how this is kind of supposed to work, so I'm just going to kind of give my first impressions here. So first off, it feels very weighty. I don't know if you can hear that. It's got a little bit of a rattle to it. Um, the slide you can see here moves back and forth. Um, sorry, the lighting is not that great. You can see the slide moving back and forth the barrel. But yeah, my first impression is it's weighty. It feels like I would imagine how the real gun would feel about. I've shot guns before. I've shot a lot of guns, not this one in particular, but it feels, I would imagine, like this gun would probably feel. Um, the slide lock here, it's a little dark, you can't see. This doesn't actually do anything. It's kind of cosmetic, so the slide doesn't actually lock back. There's no catch for it here, anything like that. Um, as I action the slide here, I can definitely feel that it's not like really all that strong. The spring is like quite loose, which I would expect. Got a little safety here, so the safety's on right now. You can see I'll flip it around. Safety's on. Now the safety's off. If I pull the slide back, it should, yeah, remain cocked and have like a half trigger pull. That feels about right. And then there's the dual action if the hammer's not back. I read online that there's no problem with dry firing this, so I don't know. We'll see how that actually goes. It's also got this magazine here, so it slips into the bottom of the gun. I think it's this way. It only go one way, so yeah, that's the way it doesn't go. I can feel it's resisting. Yeah, there we go. If I push in just like this, it feels great. And you can actually see there's a little, let's see, there's a little button. So I'm gonna get it just so light's right. As I push this in, if you look right here, there's this little, let me get it right there. See how that kind of moves up and down, and then when I clicks, it drops in. So that must be an indicator. And then yeah, the mag releases on the next side here. If you press this, I think it kind of, yeah, shoots out a little bit. If you have it on the bottom, let's see if it'll kind of pop out. So if you have it this way, you press the mag release. Let's see, there it is. It'll definitely like kind of shoot out the bottom. So just be aware of that. All right, so that feels pretty good. Mag comes out. So I got a couple kinds of pellets. I got these little Gamo Platinums, and these are Crossman high velocity. These are both lead free. So what I'm gonna do, oh, there's one other thing that we should talk about. So the CO2 loading. So I guess you just press there's a little guy right here. If you slide that down, and this little lever latches, pops up, and you're supposed to just drop the CO2 in there. And it pushes forward, and it will puncture the tube and then pressurize. I don't want to do that yet right now, so I'm going to shake that out. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to load this up with some pellets. Let's open here, and it's got two like sides to the magazine. You're supposed to load them in front ways. And then click this down. Yeah, it kind of like ratchets over. They just kind of like press into there. And from what I was reading, any pellet will work as long as pellet doesn't stick out the front side. So you can see, if you look down in there, you can see the pellets. If you look sideways at it and you see the pellet sticking out the front even a little bit, then that won't work. So from what I read, as long as you can't see the pellet sticking out the other side, then you should be good to go. So pull this guy up. We'll try both kinds of pellets, see if I notice any difference. We'll do another video that's like a full kind of like shooting review. And then we'll do this one just kind of like getting started or whatever. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so those are not going to work, right? These little Crossman what are these called? Fast flight. Those are not going to work because you can see it sticking out the front there. I can see the front of the pellet sticking through. These are too long, so I'm going to actually take those back, I think. Put that out of there. I'm just going to load the other side with these as well then. All right, yeah, I already know those aren't going to work. Let me stick this guy through. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. That one's a little loose. I was kind of pressing that one in, and it didn't really stick in there. 4, 5. I've heard, been reading 6 that some of these aren't that high tolerance. 7. Oh, I guess that was 8. I guess I did 8. Now let's see here. So I'm going to get another view real quick. So you can see this is what it looks like. So the pellets just kind of stick into there, and that crossbin pellet was sticking clear through, like easily, visibly out the other side. So that clearly doesn't work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load. I'm not really sure what the safe operation is. I guess make sure it's on safe. I'm going to load the magazine in. Actually, I'm going to load the CO2 first in case anything goes wrong. I'm just going to pop this open. I've heard that you're supposed to do this like quickly, so you kind of seat it in there and you have to just snap it shut. And it does actually take, I'm a little surprised by that, kind of quite a bit of force there. So I still got it on safe. And I'm going to, let's see, that's the right way. So I'm going to load the magazine, and it should be dangerous now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my other view here. I got out of the way, so I've got my phone. I'm going to give you a view, kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to flick the safety off. It should be loaded now. All right, let's give this a shot. Now it's not unsafe. I guess I should pay attention to the bread. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's actually pretty impressive. I don't know if you can see, I'm going to get a shot from this way, so I'm going to try to do this. All right, so here's what it actually looks like when it fires. Yeah, okay, that's pretty serious. I'm going to give that again. So what I can definitely hear is that when you shoot it, when you pull the trigger, if you listen real carefully, so that just clicked, and I believe that advanced the magazine, and a new pellet dropped in, and then there's like a half pull to get the next shot through. So I'll shoot a few more of these. I can hear the pellets bouncing around, so I'm going to stop this. I got to find a better backstop, but that's basically it. So I'm going to drop the magazine out now, and I'm going to give this a couple dry fire shots. See? Oh, safe down. Okay, give it a couple dry fire shots. You can kind of see here. Okay, yeah. Now I'm not shooting anything. That's pretty impressive. So I'd say overall, I only fired a few shots. Let's walk over here and see what it actually looks like. Okay, so I'm trying not to get, it's obviously dark outside, but yeah, so I fired, I don't know, 7 shots maybe. I can see here, 1, 2, 3, I think that's 4, 5. Oops. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think that's 4, 5. I think there's actually 2 right there. So of the 2 that I was kind of trying to shoot, yeah, they went clear through the box, all the way through. You can see one kind of poked through here. Of this, oh, there's another one right there. So that's 6. So of the 7 that I shot, kind of just halfway aiming, it looks like 6 of them hit pretty good from, oh, I don't know, maybe 10 feet or so. So yeah, I think my review overall is that this is a pretty fun little guy. The gun is actually cold now. I can feel around the handle here, around the grip. But yeah, overall, I'd say this is a pretty fun little thing. I'll do a full review where we see the actual accuracy of it, and I'll post that later. All right, thanks a lot.